Greg. Very good introduction to the council. And I'd like to thank Undersecretary Mark Wright, and the council is thrilled to be an honor to receive this grant for this project. And it really fits in with two of the main issues that the council is concerned with in Pennsylvania, environmental issues. One being addressing water quality locally in the Susquehanna watershed and the Bay watershed. And secondly, Pennsylvania has 180 to 200,000 acres of abandoned mine lands that need reclamation, and this project addresses that as well. And it also is addressing the need for alternative energy and helping utilities meet their requirements under the Alternative Energy Portfolio Standard by the fact that this project will result in the cultivation of switchgrass and high diversity native grasses on 30 acres of abandoned mine lands, probably in Schuylkill County. The site is yet to be determined, but that should yield a significant amount of biomass, which will then in turn translate into alternative energy credits. I also want to thank the USDA for a previous Conservation Innovation Grant we received in 2004 for the Conestoga River Reverse Auction Project, whereby we have allocated money to 15 plus projects in the Conestoga River watershed that were awarded on the basis, awarded on the basis of their cost effectiveness in reducing phosphorus runoff to local surface water and downstream to the bay. So that project we're very proud of, and we'll be wrapping that project up in September of this year. The project that we're talking about today builds upon an existing research effort that involves a great partnership, and I want to thank some of the partners and sponsors of that ongoing research. And some of you are here today, and included in those sponsors are the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture, which has provided funding for the research of this methodology, whereby we're using poultry manure, raw poultry manure, and composted poultry manure, pulp mill sludge, mixing it with line spoils to cultivate switchgrass. And we've been working with a gentleman named Dr. Rick Stahauer, who's a professor of environmental soil science at Penn State. He's the lead scientist in this research, and he's perfecting this methodology that we will use for the 30-acre implementation project. Also, the Pennsylvania State Conservation Commission has also supported this research effort. The Western Pennsylvania Watershed Program. Some of our partners are here today. Chesapeake Bay Foundation, the Eastern Pennsylvania Coalition of Abandoned Mineland Reclamation, Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, Penn State Ag Extension Service. The two associates will be assisting us with some of our engineering and permitting requirements for this project. The research that's been done today has been done in the lab in the greenhouse. We're currently working on 5 20 by 30 foot acre, or 5 by 20 by 30 foot plots in Schuylkill County on some abandoned mine lands, and we're getting very encouraging results whereby we're able to maximize the nutrient uptake in switchgrass, minimize nutrient leaching to groundwater and surface runoff, and by next summer, when we hope to plant the 30 acres, we'll have that methodology tweaked and perfected with Dr. Stahauer's help. We'll be using upwards of 1,600 tons of poultry manure, which is a large amount, and that will help participating farmers meet their requirements to minimize the amount of nutrient or manure they're applying to their lands and comply with their phosphorus-based nutrient management plans. Those farmers that will be providing the manure may be eligible to generate nutrient reduction credits. The switchgrass that we grow, like I mentioned, will be represent possible alternative energy credits. And then on top of that, the carbon sequestration potential. There may be, Chicago Climate Exchange is now rewarding farmers for adopting practices like no-till in different states in the Midwest. This type of practice in the future, property owners who do this type of practice, they may be able to earn carbon sequestration credits on voluntary exchanges like the Chicago Climate Exchange. So as mentioned by Mark Ray, this is a win-win-win. It's really exciting because all of the different market forces that are coming into play, including alternative energy, carbon sequestration markets, and nutrient trading markets, hopefully within the not too distant future, this type of practice can be done in the private sector, and there'll be enough incentive so that subsidies and grants won't be necessary to make it see this implemented on a broad scale, and we can get closer to reclaiming all of those 200,000 acres of mine lands that need to be reclaimed. Thanks again.